Whenever you're ready.
It's the Mead for Metal podcast.
Wow. That's the way to start a show right there.
Makes one play Guitar Hero.
Yeah. Although I will say, and that's Balance of Power, and that's their song Deadlands, and it's the best one on that record, and not by a little bit.
It is the only song on that album I've heard so far that sounds different from all the others.
And all the others, man, if you like late 80s through mid 90s metal, and not the glam shit, but the,
Sure.
you'll like these guys. But I mean, I get bored of that shit after about, I don't know, half a record. I'm like, I think I'm all right,
You do anything else?
Thanks to the miracle of YouTube, I'll just bump that shit like, nope, that sounds like the last song. Nope, that sounds like the last song. Oh, hold on, what the fuck is this? All right, then.
Yeah.
We'll stick here. Yeah, pretty good. That's a pretty good releases all week from what I've heard so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's an okay week. And, and the problem is we don't have the metal update this week because...
Okay, a little
background.
Here's a little
here.
behind the scenes of how this show works. So Fridays normally I work. It's what I do. It's who I am. It's who I are. I like to preview LJ's stuff before I plug it in. We all like to hear it, get an idea. I do that here. I plug it in after we're done. And I downloaded it, and it basically LJ just sent us a podcast segment from about a year and a half ago.
What?
It's fine.
On purpose?
No.
God, I hope not.
Oh, no, his entire record is themed around weed. I think I know what the culprit may be.
And I can appreciate that because last 2 weeks ago, I forgot to put in his jam, which is why it's uploaded single form on our channel.
I wondered about that. I got really confused. I was like,
goddamn stoners.
That was all my
here.
fault.
Okay,
That was all my
fair
fault.
enough.
But for it being a stoner metal album, I feel like I was in the right. So we're going to be able to right a wrong. LJ's segment is going to be replaced by LJ's music.
Hey,
there
there
we
it
go.
is. That's the most equitable shit right there.
That's right. And Homeboy got an album coming out tonight at midnight.
Oh, shit.
That one with all these jams on it?
Blunt Force.
Well, I know what I'm doing at midnight then.
Yeah. If I'm, I should be here in my brain, in my heart. Yeah.
Well, unless you jump on listening to this show like right after it uploads to YouTube by like 8:30, 9 o'clock. Likely is not. That shit's probably already out by the time you listen to this. So KBX Blunt Force. Right on.
At KBX Band, released tonight.
That dude's got like 3 very solid bangers on that, in my opinion.
Batting 1,000 on what I've heard from him so far. Absolutely. Sounds like some fun. And it sounds like it's just, I don't know if he's adding vocals or anything.
Yeah, that I don't know.
But if it's just an album of riffs, that's right up my alley.
All the raw audio he'd sent me, it's riff. It's riff.
Yeah.
God damn.
Okay.
So yeah, there's your metal segment.
There's your metal segment. So,
Oh, my God.
So this week, well, we just, it is what it is. So
Yeah, it's been a whirlwind. Whoa, a whirlwind.
there's been something anyway. Had so the last time we gathered to do this shit, it was April 5th. Back when I was young and the world was much brighter then,
Ah, yes.
Well, because the birth week officially kicked off like April. It was supposed to go April 11th to the 17th, and I had a coworker give me a fucking plague of the lungs, and my lungs suck anyway. If you've listened to the show any length of time,
Not COVID.
No, it's not COVID. I'm down like 4 fucking tests because every day I was like, are you sure this ain't COVID? Because the last time it fucked up my lungs this bad was, I don't know, last August. When I had, COVID,
Right. But the thing is, you rebounded really well.
Yeah. Yeah, COVID was gone within 7 days.
Yeah.
This shit, I'm on day 9.
This is a common crud of the area.
Well,
So-
and I don't think it helps. The air is not really great. I mean, the air around here is not great anyway, but I feel
Yeah.
like with, the peanut plant continuing to burn, it's not really
Well,
helping
I
very
can't
much.
even blame that. This shit didn't start till past Monday.
That's
so.
true.
No, it's something weird that even healthy fucking people or seemingly healthy people, it fucked them up for a week.
Yeah.
You know, me, well, I'm not healthy, so here we are. Tomorrow will be
God,
day
yeah.
10.
If you're allergic to peanuts, I mean, that's a terrifying thing, right?
Oh, that fire! I get there's a fire, a local fire for those of you in Indiana listening, maybe. Yeah, and it in no way whatsoever impacts where I live at, because I'm actually out on an odd promontory around here, so high that the rain goes around this place often. It'll
That's
rain.
right.
It'll rain in town, and I'll watch it. And it'll just kind of go right around me.
Oh my God.
Like some weird Moses shit out of the old book, whatever they call it, and then reform, and then it rains in town, and then moves off and fucks with Texas.
The valliest of the valleys.
Interesting.
So I'm on that big promontory.
So, how everybody doing today?
Well, if I should continue my rage of the birth week inactivity.
Oh, by all means, yes.
Yeah, so it fucked up that Thursday. I just had to pull it on that day. Like, nope, that ain't going to work.
Yeah, that was a weird day.
That Friday, it was just me and Brandon, and that was kind of weird because I just didn't have any wind in my sails there. And then UFC 300, which we can come back around to, was actually a pretty good event. I just know that I'm not as young as I used to be. I can't be throwing down NyQuil and beer at the same time.
No, that sounds like a really bad idea.
So Sunday, I was just fucking utterly wiped out. Like after about a gallon and a half of fucking beer and... Well, I don't know. I was throwing down some other odd shit that night, too, but whatever.
Yeah, drinking happened that day.
Yeah.
In a big way.
Yeah, it was the Saturday. It was the day before my actual birthday.
Yeah.
So, like, well, let's get fucking dumb, right?
And it's like it's almost tradition where you rock hard the day before and your actual day of birth is used to recover.
Yeah. And a little gift to yourself.
Yeah. The ultimate gift you can give yourself is a gift of being left alone.
I mean,
So Sunday, I was wiped out. Monday, not great either, but I went back to work and everything else. And this shit was still lingering. And then the next day, now for those of you that listened last time, like, wait a minute, weren't you guys going to go to a show, like a Social Distortion show?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were. That's past tense. Was it my lungs? No. It's the people of Lubbock that don't like live music.
yep.
Yeah, unless it's Five Finger Death Puncher in this moment, apparently it's not going to sell tickets.
Jesus.
They expect
Gross.
every non-country act to come through on a Saturday at a shitty old venue, and it was bizarre to me because the word is somebody commented his roommate worked at Ralph Records or whatever and said
Yeah.
they only sold 150 tickets to Social Distortion and Bad Religion on a Tuesday night.
And if you're a local ticket buyer in Lubbock, that's where you're buying your tickets for all concerts,
Yeah.
really. You're going to Ralph's. And they're going to be at the amphitheater. That's a thousands of people join.
Yeah.
If they had been at Jake's, that show would have happened.
Yeah. No, it would have worked.
And it would have been awesome.
Yeah. An outdoor concert on a Tuesday of two old punk bands. I mean, of course you're not going to sell a lot of tickets. Unless whoever it was that was handling the ticket sales was intentionally beefing this thing. Low ticket warning. Really? Yeah, I was
Really?
getting that. I was like, God damn, at one point I was like, shit, do you think I ought to buy tickets now?
Yeah.
Brandon's like, we'll hold off till day of. We'll see.
I've just never seen a small concert sell out in Lubbock. You can always buy tickets at the door. You're going to pay an extra $5 or $10 maybe.
Yeah,
But
now-
you can always get tickets at the door.
If it's that place where that shitty basketball team of theirs plays at, then, that's going to sell out.
Sure.
Whoever it is, if it's at that venue, that means it's a national tour.
And it's not United Spirit.
That's
I can't
the
remember
one. That's the one.
Is it still called United Spirit Arena? Oh,
Is
no,
that
it's
what
called
it's still called? I don't know.
I don't know.
United Supermarkets Arena. There it is.
Ooh, that sounds even better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw Paul McCartney there. That's the last concert I went to at that venue.
Yeah.
And that's sold out.
Yeah, if it's at that arena, it'll sell out. And I want to say that's like 12,000 maybe, or 12,000, somewhere through there.
Yeah, I'd say that's fair.
You know, and so yeah, everything that goes through that venue, it's going to sell out. But yeah, if you're getting foisted off on a venue that's actually technically not even in the city limits, well, fuck you.
Right. Unless you're a big band doing a small show, you can buy tickets at the door.
Otherwise, it better be like a mini festival involving Volbeat and some other shit. If you're going to make the amphitheater over there sell out. That's the only way to do it.
Because it's all GA. It's all general admission.
Now, they will sell that venue out come August or September when they have their tacos and tequila fucking fiesta. And they have 311. But they're doing it on a fucking Saturday, and there are like 3 other acts.
Yeah,
so.
all American rejects.
Oh yeah, they're gonna sell out. There's no way.
I'm gonna be on the other side of this fence here.
311 and all American rejects.
I think that gets canceled too.
Oh, you think so? No, there's enough people who love that shit.
What a
that will
wonderful
be
show
there.
20 years ago that would have been.
Exactly. But I feel like there's enough.
And that Saint Asonia band that has the guy that used to sing in 3 Days Grace.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think because there's enough people that are our age trying to relive their youths that they will go.
Yeah. Oh, God. But we can't just get Mike Ness come play in front of 500 people?
I was getting ready to say, well, that's what I was trying to do. That's what I was trying to do myself.
Well, I guess not on a Tuesday
Lubbock ain't
or
no
something.
punk metal fucking
No,
town,
there's
dude.
no way.
So now I've got to look at it and think, okay, they're not done touring yet. They've got dates all the way till November. So what does one do? They aren't playing anywhere close enough because my bubble for those guys is like 5-6 hours.
Yeah, you ain't gonna get that, I don't think.
Yeah, probably not, unless there something comes along and something does cancel or some of that to that effect, and then they do have to figure out like a swoop through Albuquerque or something like that. And that's something I could foresee because they're going east and then they're going to swing back west, but not playing anything down in this part of the country.
Right.
At least anything reasonable. I think they are playing Houston, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's 10 from
but
here.
fucking, I might as well go to Phoenix if I'm going to go to Houston. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens, and I'll monitor. I just thought it'd be a cool bookend, you know, because I saw them when I was like 15.
Right.
And well, not so much at the in my 50-somethings. So, fuck. Oh well. Anyway, so as that did not work out, and Brandon kind of got me the details, I think Sunday, and I was like, okay, well that's cool because I was looking at the news. Well, I was looking at the weather. The fucking wind was supposed to blow on Tuesday like 50 miles an hour over there, and I thought, man, that's gonna be a hard day with these lungs, but we'll see how she goes.
Yeah.
And then find out, oh no, actually it's been canceled, so it's all good.
Doesn't even matter.
So the plan B, we decide, all right, fuck it. We're going to throw on like live shows from those 3 different bands, make some pina coladas, make some fucking pineapple fried rice, and just hang out. And Tuesday might have been my favorite day of the year so far.
That was a great day.
I mean, nothing over the top. I had the next day off. No, the rest of you did. But I had the next day off, so I was able to enjoy that shit like it was a Saturday.
Well, it was your birth celebration.
Exactly.
If it had to be any way, it should have been that way.
It's a proper closeout to the festivities. That's for sure.
Hell yeah.
And it's like the Social Distortion show we threw on was the one from the Fillmore they did for New Year's Eve. So an hour and 47 minutes, like, whew. And those guys still didn't play almost anything I wanted to hear, which tells me they've probably got a solid catalog of 3.5, maybe 4 hours of shit. They just ain't got the means, and I understand.
Well, you're around 40 plus year.
Yeah, they played a lot of their older shit.
Right.
Like almost nothing after 2000. Very little. They only played one off of Sex, Love, and Rock and Roll, and that was the opener. And that's their opener they come out to anyway. So
it's a strong opener, man.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, that was a good day. Tuesday was a good day. And I just slept it off on Wednesday, and fuck, that almost brings us up to now. So
and now here we are. Krista, any updates in your realm?
In my semester's wrapping up.
Nice.
I basically finished my grouping of 2 hellish weeks, 4 exams last week, 3 exams this week, clinicals on top of it.
Well, now you're
But I made
almost done with this semester. Would you say this was harder than last semester? Because I know the last one used to be the one just trying to make people drop out.
Yeah, I think I was under the impression this semester was going to be super easy, and it really wasn't.
Oh,
that's
a bad look.
I would say, so the only difference between this semester and last semester is we had some weeks off in the beginning, and like with no exams, but I had clinicals, right?
Okay.
And then now here at the end, I even have 1 week with nothing. Well, minus the the standardized exam I told you that I can't study for. So it's like a weird, but then in the middle I had like when I had my acute care clinicals, I had those clinicals Wednesday, Thursday. My paperwork was due Friday at noon, and then I had exams in the afternoon, usually 2 of them. And so it was, and some of those clinicals were from 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. and my paperwork was still due at noon, and I still had those examinations. So it was hard in a different way.
Okay.
More like a time management.
Yeah,
type of way, right?
it just made me feel neurotic. Like,
Man.
I don't know. Anyway, I think the thing that bothers me about it is it's not necessary. It's not like the teachers are going and grading our assignments Friday afternoon. So they could have been reasonable and let us turn the assignments in like Friday at midnight or Saturday at midnight, because I know those instructors weren't grading them. So they're doing it intentionally, and it's really kind of, I don't know, it's just gross
Some
in my opinion.
sadistic fucks.
Yeah, it really is some sadistic stuff. And I get it. I understand that part of it is putting us through rigorous situations because in the clinical setting, things are very intense. And sometimes you're operating under a lack of sleep and you're still expected to perform at a certain level. But I don't know, man. I feel like when you're trying to get people to learn information, that's not the way to do it.
Yeah, but
So
I always go back to I had a friend of mine, I guess, and he was married to a woman that failed the fucking basics like 3 times. Had to reapply to the program, and this is over in Lubbock, Loveland. Had to reapply 3 times because she rocked out 3 times. And I thought, well, I know it's hard. I'll grant you that.
The first semester is the easiest one, so
But,
if you're having a hard time there.
Well, it's the first one when you're trying to get into the program, I guess. Or something. I don't know.
I don't know how that works there.
I don't know, but I know she failed out 3 times and had to restart the program 3 times. I thought, I don't want to be fucking treated by a nurse that is fucking struggled that hard, man.
No, that's
Yeah,
fair.
no shit.
I mean, you want smart nurses. You don't want dummies taking care of you. We can literally kill you.
I realistically think I ought to be able to sit around
No,
and
literally.
drink a beer with them and have a chat and then like go, no, this one? No.
Yeah.
I don't want that person treating motherfuckers.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's fair.
I drank regularly with a traveling nurse that actually put IVs in my grandfather.
Yeah.
I knew she loved her drinks, but I also knew she did her job.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
but-
nurses got to cope somehow.
Sure.
Drinking
Oh,
is a big part of that.
absolutely.
Sadly, I'm not saying it's a good thing. Like, we should, we tell our patients not to drink. We should listen to our own advice. But yeah, there's a lot of shit that you have to see.
Hard
and
to tell
deal
people
with
not
and-
to smoke with a cigarette hanging out of
Sure,
your mouth,
sure,
right?
sure. Precisely. Yeah. Or to watch what you eat when you're, 100 pounds
Right.
overweight or whatever. Yeah, like these kinds of things.
But it depends, man. I mean, drink is fine, but it can be a real unhealthy coping mechanism because I was
10,000%.
lacing it to an RN that was
Banana. Oh.
treating his grandfather and
Yeah.
stuff and different.
Yeah.
Different person.
And no, this chick would walk around with a Franzia bag and a purse.
Yeah, that's other level problems.
That's
for
going
sure.
out of your way.
She drank harder than anybody I hung out and drank with, and I'm talking about fucking vets and all kinds of shit.
Yeah, that's.
I
rough
mean, it's
shit.
just she would make a 24 pack. Now, granted, it's Coors Light, but still, it was
No,
24
that's-
fucking beers.
that's crazy.
And she would make them disappear. That was her magician's trick.
That's so
And
wild.
Not long either. Yeah, I'll drink like a 12 pack of Tall Boys, but it's an all night thing.
Sure.
That chick would wipe that shit out in about
Yeah.
3 hours.
Yeah, she had a problem. I don't know if I've been some rough places. I hope to never return there again. I don't know if it was ever quite 24 pack, but it was still bad.
I had
So,
another friend of
I
mine
can
that was a
empathize.
nurse. She's
Yeah.
no longer with us. she would drink more than any man I knew.
Yeah.
You remember her?
Oh, I mean, man, this
songwriter friend of mine, Dave. We'd sit around. She was here one night, and I swear to fuck, between the two of us, the amount of liquor, I was drinking Glenlivet back then. He was drinking Pendleton whiskey. I want to say I drank about half of my bottle of scotch.
Okay.
I was drunk.
Yeah,
I want to say Dave drank about half his bottle of Pendleton. He was drunk. This chick finished off both bottles, and she seemed good to go.
Functioning alcoholics, they're a good time.
And didn't she enjoy a little herb too?
Yeah, if you were around.
That was the thing too. She would outdrink me, and then smoke weed on top of it.
Smoke all of his weed.
Now this was also back when it's like, well, I got to go to Clovis to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was and it was like Reggie. But
Okay.
still,
Okay. But yes.
to like be able to, I hadn't seen anybody pair the two together like that, and so be like, so what's going on? What y'all want to do?
Her copious consumption. Ooh,
Yeah.
man.
That's wild.
Now, like I said, she's no longer with us. Is it because of that shit? No, actually, it's not.
No.
But, well.
Interesting.
Yeah, God, we got a portfolio of people we've encountered in our in our travels.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's why I don't see any of my stuff as being an issue, because I'm hanging around with fucking people that really put it away.
Sure.
You're welcome.
Like me, I have no issues. No.
Yeah. Putting it into perspective.
I'm just
Only
going to
got-
drink. I'm just going to drink my couple of rum drinks. I'm going to drink a 10-pack. I'm going to tan a 10-pack of Tall Boys and call her a day. I'm fine. I'm normal.
Yeah. Is it wrong that I'm 3 beer deep halfway through the podcast?
Nah, it's a Friday.
Thank you.
We're not halfway through the podcast. No shit.
No, well, 20. Goddamn, just 22 minutes.
Man, if I've been talking too much, you got to let me know, because
No.
I don't have a real
I
filter.
didn't feel like it was 22 minutes, if I'm being honest.
I can tell you about my week.
Yes.
How about we do that? Because you work in the weed industry, and tomorrow
it's
is
weed week.
tomorrow's
It's
420.
The most wonderful time.
There it is.
Of the year. No, it's not.
Yeah, I was going to say. No.
So you feel like a Walmart employee around the holidays? Is that
I
what
felt like a
gather?
Walmart employee for the past 6 months. That's neither here nor there. It's 420 holiday. Now everything likes to be done in weeks. We're getting on that shit too. You know, like why not have the same deals you're going to do on 420 the entire week?
Yeah. I'm not the biggest fan of your employer, but that's me. But man, they're not as bad as another place in town. Actually went direct mail, sent out postcards with their prices on it for 420.
My God.
I didn't get one.
I'm glad I didn't get one. That's ridiculous.
We did it my business. So,
Wow.
yeah, and I snapped a photo and sent it to Brandon.
Damn.
Yeah, you know, well,
And this place, they are running real cheap, $30 ounces for shake. Now, I will also say they are, I think, the only dispo in town selling quantity of shake more than, a gram.
Right.
But
they're also the only one in town open after 8 o'clock.
I don't like them.
Interesting.
I don't like them.
I don't
they
want to
have-
deal with
they have
people
a-
after 8.
They have a name that I'm not going to give them that plug. They have a name that if you're a stoner, you're going to type it into Google to find out, like, well, where is one? Yeah.
Right.
And it'll pop up. There it
Interesting.
is. So it's a really it's a shyster approach to marketing,
Sure.
and branding. The second thing I don't care for about them is that they were a bunch of ballless chicken shits. In that they waited for the industry to come into town and get situated and set up shop, then they come
they
into
came.
town.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, maybe have a little show a little something. I don't know what the lady equivalent. Show them your titties or so. I don't know. But come in and show them your backbone, that you're here to take the risk the way that the rest of them did.
Sure.
The pioneers, the clay of the New West. The
Sure,
morons.
sure.
But they didn't do that. And then the other thing is they don't carry any of the statewide brands that I am familiar with.
Okay.
Like Mountaintop, they're like top of my list. Fly is a new fucking entry that, holy mackerel.
Damn right.
The Wild, that's another good company. I mean, if you want to go back old school, 7 Point Farms or shit, whatever. But, but This place, they're a bunch of brand names, but you don't know them unless you live in Bernalillo County, New Mexico.
Interesting.
So I have a real bone to pick with that place.
Sure,
So.
that's fair.
Not that I'm exactly your well-traveled dispo shopper,
Sure.
but because things get a little bit easy when you got a brother hanging out and working at one.
Sure.
That,
It just kind of makes it easy to decide.
It's like, I'm going to just pop in and bullshit with this guy, buy what I need to buy, and get the fuck out of there.
Exactly.
And that's exactly what I do. Anywhere else, I'm technically there to shop.
Right.
You're one of many people of the same opinion of me. I'm a very popular motherfucker.
Well, I'll figure out a way to capitalize on that, huh? I would like a pay raise, a private car, and a hand job weekly.
By who?
Or whatever.
Doesn't matter.
Or whatever business people ask for, right?
Oh my God.
As long as it's a glove and beyond a curtain.
That's right. And done with love.
Don't make it weird.
Yeah, spend $10 more and go to where I work and fucking buy a proper ounce, people. Come on.
Yeah, yeah, up and down that list, I thought, wow, like what with the 1,000 milligram edibles were like shit, like $35 or something like that. Something crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, but when you got motherfuckers come and be like, "You got any deals, man?" I'm like, yeah, of course.
Yeah, I'm selling marijuana. You have money. Let's make a deal.
It is. Weed is the most difficult business to fucking be able to advertise.
Yeah, no,
We basically unless we just have shit painted on the side of our building, if we had a kick-ass marquee that we could update. Granted, I'd be trying to do like dirty stuff with it, like putting fuck words on it, just so I can see it in lights.
Good man.
But I can't come down to your business and be like, hey, can I record like a little 30-second spot? Nope.
No.
Wrong.
No, that's
Facebook
FCC.
is even like.
But if you sell booze, you definitely
yeah,
can.
of course you can.
Well, that's because there's no federal prohibition on booze. Thank fuck.
And
for that.
and that's so like federal government shit. Does that tie into your job? FCC shit, right?
Yeah.
That's fucking booty, man.
No, it's not our airwaves.
Yeah, that sucks.
But yeah, it was weird to me to get a direct mailer. Now I also didn't look. It may have been my boss might have fucking got onto their mailing list and that shit and it's like I don't want to get this shit at my house.
Well, now I got a problem with your boss. Like, why'd you pick that one, motherfucker?
I don't know. I didn't look at it. It is kind of interesting though. Well, this is
That's
also
crazy.
a person who was shopping at the shitty one that shut down.
The
rebranding.
R.I.P. Oso. Oh no, swap and go fuck itself.
That shit.
The people in it were good people. The people that worked there were good people. The people running it were not.
Yeah.
Isn't that honestly? I feel like I encounter that a lot around here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, where the upper echelon, the
They're
top
gross.
brass everywhere are a bunch of fucking clowns.
Yeah, but I really like the workers.
Yeah, motherfuckers the people above us do not realize just how much we make them look good.
Yep.
I think they do, and they take it for fucking granted,
yeah.
and they pay you a shitty wage to keep you in a near poverty, and that's what contributes to New Mexico always being one of the fucking most poverty-ridden states in the entire fucking country because our averages skew lower than everybody else's, and not by a little bit either.
Yeah.
I mean, are we fucking battling it out with West Virginia? Fuck you.
Well, I think on that note, we might have thrown it.
Yeah.
Didn't want to knock that beer. My goodness. So, again, there was a moment 2 weeks ago when I forgot to do something I said I was going to do. Now, I blame the sticky icky. Actually, I blame it wholeheartedly. I had every intention. Due to circumstances, it allows me to correct something, to right a wrong. And I feel pretty good about that. So if everybody's ready, I'm not going to bring Dick Dewick out because that guy doesn't know how to get a job done. He didn't put the song in. So we're just going to throw to the new track from Killer Butt Sex, KBX to everybody else.
Oh.
And going to listen a little bit of that Sticky Icky brought to you by...
Ow.
No, we ain't hear from that motherfucker. He fucked up. He's the one that fucked up last week, not me.
R.I.P. Dick.
Enjoy, gang. New album coming out tonight at midnight.
Mr. Cow.
Yes?
How many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
I don't know. I always end up biting. Ask Mr. Fox, for he's much cleverer than I.
Mr. Fox, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
Why don't you ask Mr. Turtle, for he's been around a lot longer than I. Me, I bite.
Mr. Turtle, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
I never made it without biting. Ask Mr. Owl, for he is the wisest of us all.
Mr. Owl, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
A good question. Let's find out. 1, 2, 3.
If there's anything I can't stand, it's a smart owl.
How many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop? The world may never know.
Wow. Is that Dune?
I don't know what the V means.
Because it's DVNE, right?
Yeah.
Not that they're capitalizing off of the current box office success of the Dune movie series.
I gotta admit,
No.
I gotta knock off points if I have to wonder, like, how the fuck do I say that band name? And I can't find out how.
Well, it is the Roman numeral 5 as well, so it might be D5NE. You sunk my battleship.
But they're from Scotland.
But there's a.
You sunk my battleship.
All right, there you go. That's better.
I think Churches does that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They use the numeral 5 and it's a U.
Well, they're probably just a bunch of good Christian boys.
But it's usually like an uppercase V, yeah?
Yes.
This is a lowercase V.
Oh, confusion. I don't know then.
Yeah. Pretty good band.
Not bad.
Of course,
Not bad for Edinburgh.
this might be going a little deep, but like,
God damn, they're not even in the old firm.
you know how in German the W is a V sound? Maybe in other languages the V is a U sound. I don't know. And I have no, I could look it up.
I think they're being fucking cheeky.
Probably.
And coming up well short where the minds of geniuses are at.
Minds of geniuses.
So this genius on Tuesday. So we have the Social Distortion thing over here. We have the closeout of all the festivities and things. I am nothing if not a fellow who tries to keep his kitchen in order, you know. And I decide, well, it's such a simple thing. I'm going to clean out my wok. It's carbon steel. In order to do so, well, I had to put it in the sink, and in the sink, some glasses and some silverware and my Chinese chef knife that some people would call a cleaver.
Okay.
And
call it a murder weapon.
Why I keep it so sharp, I honestly don't really know. But anyway, so I'm moving everything over so I can get to scrubbing my wok. And this is like 12:30 at night. You know, I got a belly full of beer and fucking pina coladas and rice and shit, you know. But
and
so
frivolity.
I move everything over and brevity. So I move everything over from the left-hand side to the right-hand side of the sink so I can get some good angle on that because I'm right-handed on my wok. As I do, that cleaver falls and catches me just a glance, but it's a very sharp knife and ends up giving me a hell of a little hinge in my thumb.
You cut the fuck out of yourself.
Yes,
Pretty good one.
Pretty good. So anyway, but the opportunity was, if it's going to happen, that's the place to do it.
Sure.
I have running water, so I stood there and let it leak and leak and leak as the running water's going and going and going. I was like, fuck. So I finally grabbed some paper towels. There's a doofus that hangs out over here. I grab like 8 of them like he does. And
hey, can I take your whole roll? No, man, I need that shit.
Like, that's the only paper towel roll here. What are you doing? But so I grab like 8 of them and wrap it around my thumb and then make the hurried run through the house to the bathroom where all my medical shit is at. Mm-hmm. And in that small amount of time, that thing was already squishy. The 8 fucking paper towels, like, goddamn. So I stood in there and I rinsed it and fucking hit it with the peroxide, hit it with water, hit it with peroxide, hit it with water, hit it with peroxide. Did it. I cycle it through and cycle through. Try to get a Band-Aid on. It's just still fucking flowing way too fast.
Yeah, you needed to definitely do a lot more compression.
Well, I tried, you know, and so finally I did. I got a fucking handful of toilet paper, just fucking held it on there, wrapped. I finally got a Band-Aid on it. Thought, thank fuck for that. I come out to here and sit down on the couch and fucking just, you know, going, goddamn, I could have bled out maybe or whatever, you know. But and then all of a sudden I look down, like, fuck, the Band-Aid is like sliding right off, like fuck. So I go back right from the ground, you know, right from scratch again, square one. And but that one, I get that Band-Aid on. That fucker stayed on just fine till yesterday when I had to take it off. So our friend Jack could fucking redress the thing because it's my left thumb. I'm not dexterous enough.
Yeah, and homeboy let me know that hydrogen peroxide eats dead skin.
Yeah.
I did not.
Yeah,
because
I put peroxide on. I was like, holy shit! Is it infected? It's dead skin.
Well, and it's actually, we don't use it a lot anymore. It's contraindicated because it also kills live cells too.
Yeah.
So.
Damn.
Well, I don't know. I'd rather a few good cells go away as
fair.
to keep the dead ones or keep the bad ones away.
Alcohol's good. Iodine's good.
I live by that.
Now,
if hydrogen peroxide.
If you've had an evening of boozing,
yeah, you're gonna.
and you cut yourself,
like
that shit is gonna bleed no matter what, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. I mean, you've thinned your blood,
so
yes, you're gonna
that's
bleed
fine.
more.
That's fine.
That's pretty normal.
I'll get a small scar out of it.
Yeah, for sure, but it's not going to be a bad one.
No.
Though we do have a great title for a song now. Drop the cleaver.
Let me see that beaver. Yeah, that's
that's a Wheeler Walker Jr. song, isn't it?
That's a Lemmy song. Yeah. Anyway, we had a listener mail, whatever the fuck. It is YouTube.
Mail time.
Had one particular relative say, it'd be good to hear the story of how you and Brandon met. And I'm here to say, actually, it's not. It's not a very good tale at all.
It's really not.
Brandon and that traveling nurse friend of his he was talking about, they would come in at my local place I like to drink at until I decided not to drink there anymore ever.
Yes.
But they would come in and fucking like play backgammon and shit. And so I'd buy them.
Place? Did I?
Yeah, you worked there. You worked there.
One,
very private club. Very private.
Oh, okay. Fair.
And they would come in and play backgammon. I'm like, goddamn, all right, let me buy these nerds some fucking pictures, because we were doing mini pictures at the time.
$4.50.
I know, that shit was great, wasn't it?
Damn, it was.
And so that's kind of how I got to know them. And I just see them once in a while. I'd buy them a drink. And then one night, finally, I don't remember, I don't know how, but we were both at this particular place, and
it was Brett's, no.
Got on the topic, no, we were hanging out before that, got on the topic of I was calling it Norse metal at the time. Folk metal is what the actual tag is.
I called it Viking metal.
Yeah, well,
But I called all of it Viking metal.
Yeah, right. Until it's like, oh, that's not a good term.
No, it's just a monomarth for Viking metal, then there's everybody else.
Yeah. I don't know. We somehow figured out, I was like, dude, you've got to listen to this band, Moonsorrow. I've got to turn you on to them. And I was like, this guy might get high, and I hadn't had any grass in a minute. So he came over here to the house. We listened to Moonsorrow and shit, got really, really high. Like, we're going to have to do this again. I saw him about a year and 4 months later.
Holy
Yes.
shit.
Yes. And that was also a time where I had to scour for the opportunity of weed.
Yeah, well, I ran around with enough the old college folk around here to where it was never that much of a challenge, necessarily, until they all started graduating. Like, fuck, I don't know anybody now. Well, here's Brandon. So, but that's how I started hanging out with that guy. The story of how I started hanging out with you is even more lame. It's because I drank and you were bartending.
I was a bartender. And we met.
That's, I mean, I would love to say it was something cool outside of the fact I knew that you were a science nerd after talking to you just a little bit. I'm like, oh, well, there's not a lot of people I can talk to about my nerdy shit in this town. So
yeah, it was fun being able to put the science channel on in the bar.
Well, and you were a biochemistry, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for a while there. Has that been helping you at all in your nursing?
I mean, I have a bachelor's in biology, and then I worked on a master's in chemistry, and that's been very helpful. So, yeah, I have a solid foundation.
Yeah,
and
I mean, does shit come easy to you? Like, you're looking around, everybody else is like, God damn, it's hard. And you're like, it's not really that bad.
I don't know, maybe not. I mean, I had a lot of the A&P background already because my bachelor's was emphasis in pre-med because I tried to get into medical school. So, and then during my master's, I took a lot of like advanced A&P courses. So I think so. Okay. I think especially like the math portion, like I'm snoozing and people are freaking out.
No, I'm kind of a dummy when it comes to math.
The one thing I will say is like a lot of the students are 10 years plus younger than me and they have their youth on their side. And I would say if I was doing this in my mid-20s versus my mid-30s, it would be a lot easier.
Yeah, like that murderer Mick Jagger said something to that effect. Time's not on my side.
Mick Jagger a murderer?
In a way. They had hired the Hells Angels to, do crowd security for him at Altamont. And a guy got killed for being a jackass. And then Mick Jagger was not going to pay the Hells Angels until, I think he evaded for like about 2 years, and then they got paid.
Yeah, I bet they did.
Damn.
So yeah, in a way, you bet. Not to throw any aspersions at his bandmate Keith Richards, who came here on the Mayflower, and
Keith.
Jesus.
Shit, I don't know. And I was going to say, well, hold on. We were talking about how we met. I'm like, well, how'd Brandon and Krista meet?
We met here.
Because of me.
Yeah, it was like through.
Yeah, I mean, like, really, and it was all through the thread of booze.
Yeah, it really was.
That is the common thread.
There ain't nothing wrong with that. There ain't nothing wrong with that. That brings you into the bubble of good people.
Indeed.
It's a good day.
So there's the answer to that question. It's not as great as one would think, But
well, how we met, but how I started hanging out here is a better one.
Is the what?
How I started hanging out here at the Mead Hall is a better one. We'd met and hung out pretty sporadically, usually more times than not here.
Yeah.
After you came out in sub-zero temperatures.
Oh, because it's your birthday. Yeah.
Because it was my birthday, and I spent it out in my shop because I was going to just hang out there by myself and ring it in. And you brought some Belgian white beer.
Yeah.
Can't remember what it was.
I could recognize it if I saw it in the cooler, but yeah.
It was not Blue Moon.
No, it was a white label and like in blue lettering and Hogarden. There it is.
Oh shit, nice.
Hogarden.
That beer.
Nice.
Yep, that's it.
God damn, where'd I pull that out? I can't remember my address half the time, but I pull that shit out of my ass
Nice.
from drinking, I don't know, 16 years ago.
And honestly, that I say shop. That shop is not what you call insulated.
Oh no, it was a simple metal building out in
Far more accurate.
Teens, yeah, wasn't it? I think
I
I
had
teens.
and I had the ability to heat it. I just didn't.
He had a kiln running, and it was fine. I mean, you were inches away from being too hot,
Yeah, but right after you open that lid and you see the embers fly out, it's fucking bitch ass cold.
Yeah,
But it's an oven.
It was weird. It was weird because if you're a little too close, you might think, "God damn, I hope I don't catch my clothes on fire." You take you walk back 4 inches and you feel like you're gonna freeze to death. Yeah.
Well, and the primary heater I had, which was fueled by diesel fuel, I didn't buy any for it because fuck that. I'm gonna be out there and I don't care if it's cold. Guess what? I care now if it's cold.
Yeah. That kiln. How dare it not meet its purpose as a room heater as well?
But you had someone had to go somewhere and be like, man, I'm gonna go hang out in your shitty situation. So you realize there are better ways to go out and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
Granted, you got to be around other people, which I wasn't a fan of at the time. I'll admit, I was not that guy.
There's not that many people that hang out here.
Yeah, but that's also why I enjoyed it.
Okay, I was like, hold on now. I mean, I was usually dating somebody at the time. Usually it was that RN I'd mentioned.
Oh yeah,
earlier,
but she was a frothing alcoholic, so
yeah.
I was like, man, we're gonna get along just fine.
Yeah, the traveling nurse, she would stop by.
Yeah,
and Brett, as we know.
Oh yeah,
I think that's about it. That was literally it, because even Ruben wasn't hanging out necessarily.
No, Ruben, I
took him a couple extra years.
I was still going up there to hang out with him when he lived in the shit part of town, which funny
out in the gangbanger part of Clovis.
Well, yeah, 7th Street.
Yeah,
which is 2 blocks from the police station.
Oh, that's where all the crime happens.
That is a weird shout. It's weird that I used to go out there and hang out till 2 a.m. getting drunk on his porch.
You want to go out and peddle drugs? Build a block from the police station. That's the.
You'll never know. Yeah, And now here we are, some cocksucking fucking 14-year later. Something like that?
Yeah, more than that. No, it's probably about right. That's about right. But yeah, but better times because now we got AC and fucking heat. So
yeah.
Woo!
And
upgrades, let's go.
Running water and shit. It's like the 20th century up to this piece.
Hell yeah.
Thankfully, we don't have to shit in the dark like some people.
Oh my fucking god.
Well, to some, it's a choice.
I don't want
and
to
see and you know where I stand on the Amish.
I don't want to see myself make. Oh, God. We're only at 50 minutes. I don't know if I got 10 more in me.
I actually did try to come up with a quiz of some sexual things.
Oh.
Cool.
I did.
But?
Man, the more I thought about it, the more in poor taste it felt. Because it wasn't necessarily a quiz of haha, here's some knowledge and it's funny and shit like that. I'm not that clever. But the internet didn't provide any grapes to those vines. But what it did provide are awkward, either or, would you rather?
This or that.
That
the old
shit.
fuck, marry, kill shit.
Yeah, but it's either this one or that one. And the more I read them, the more I realized, did 12-year-old me put this to, because that looks like some shit that a 12, 13-year-old would have wrote. And so I decided, no, fuck this. I'm not doing that. So
That's fucking
all right.
hilarious.
I do have one, and it's not a game show, but it's a scenario,
Oh shit. Okay.
a question of what would you do. And it's a situation that would probably never happen, but that's usually when shitty things happen.
Sure.
This scenario is you're driving home, and but you decide you're going to pull in real quick at a convenience store of some kind to grab some smokes or
What time of day is it?
probably midnight.
Okay.
Probably grab a pack of smokes, maybe some spicy, some flaming hot,
some
Fritos,
road beers.
you know, some road beers.
I don't do
But
that.
the thing you never
Like,
do, because
no.
you got some cool tunes that are playing on your phone, be it Bluetooth or an actual aux cable connection, whatever the case may
Fair.
be. And it's really bang. It's like, I'm just going to run real fast, grab that shit. I'll be right back out. And there's no one else in the parking lot. And the thing you never do, you decide you're going to go ahead and just run in real fast and leave your car running. And as soon as you slam the door, it occurs to you, the keys are still in the car because it's running and all that shit. You have no phone and you have no ability to access your vehicle.
Yikes.
What do you do?
Well, hopefully the car realizes that I'm not in it, so it doesn't automatically lock.
Do you have that shit on yours?
Yeah, I was like,
Oh,
Damn
you
right.
pieces
I
of
was
shit.
like, my key fob. What do you mean? If I don't, my key fob would be on my
well,
person.
that's the problem.
So.
man. That whole scenario is blown up by technology.
I'm trying to remember.
See, my ass, I don't know anyone's fucking phone number. No one. Like, no one. I would
Yeah, me
have to
neither.
call a locksmith to come
To get
down
you out.
in
I'd
the
have to
middle
call
of the night and
911.
pay a king's ransom
Yeah.
just to get in.
Sure.
It'd be cheaper just to break your window,
Yeah. Probably.
Ugh,
Maybe.
maybe.
depending
I
on what
don't-
you're driving.
Well, or maybe there
If
might
it's
be a
Cavalier, do it.
handy neighborhood crackhead laying around, you know, sipping on a 40 and was like, hey, yeah, of course I got my Slim Jim right here. I can hook you up, brother, because that's what I'm about. It's all about community.
You ain't gonna find that.
I mean,
here, dog.
I'm like you. I don't know anyone's number, so I'd be pretty fucked myself.
Yeah.
If it wasn't like I have my key fob with me or whatever.
Right. That's see, I had a Charger that had that. I got so pissed off one day. I was out golfing, which I don't do very often. I do a thing that looks like golf. It's not really golf, but so I had all my shit in my golf bag. I throw it in my trunk, and the trunk won't close. It's like, you motherfucking piece of crap, close! I need to get the fuck out of here and get home. And then it occurs to me, oh, my fob's in my golf bag.
Yeah, it won't
you
let you.
motherfucking piece of crap.
There it is.
'Cause, yeah, my Jeep before I killed it, if I left the fob in and tried to lock the door, it wouldn't let me. It'd be like, what are you
That is-
doing?
That is
I don't
definitely
even, I don't even have a fob, but if my vehicle's running and I get out of it, it won't automatically lock. It won't lock those doors till the wheels start turning.
Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That ain't bad. Well,
But
anyway,
I've-
so I guess technology, though, kind of staves off
Yeah,
that scenario question.
It's worked for us, I guess.
I actually got a good story about that. So I had an interlock in my car. I'd made some decisions back in '07 and decided to go to the doghouse to pick up a little drinky poo, a couple drinks.
Couple drinks, Randy.
I wasn't going to drink them. I was going to wait till I got home. I know that was illegal too. But I left my vehicle running going into the doghouse.
No.
I was only in like 5 minutes. I come out and my vehicle is gone.
Oh,
It
shit.
is gone.
Oh, what the fuck?
So I hoof it over to my buddy's house, which he lived by the build your own spud place. And I'm like, dude, my car got stolen. Can I use your phone to call the police? We do all that and get a call about 10 minutes later. They find it by the junior high because the interlock asked for a
'Cause
retest.
it asked for, and they couldn't retest.
And they're like, what is this?
Oh,
What is
wow.
this?
Oh, shit.
So they just ditched it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I go back. I get a ride out there, clearly.
Wait a minute,
To,
so it calls for a retest?
It does. So, like, for instance, on long road trips, because I've had one too, because I've made poor
Right.
decisions in my time. And every hour, and it's not exact, it's sometime within the hour it asks for a retest. So that way, if you are driving long distances and for some reason you
So
do
if
have
you
a
don't
drink,
know, I guess you're
Yeah.
just like immediately go, fuck
yeah,
this.
you're like,
Yeah.
Okay. It makes it.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, why, if they're sober, why
these
wouldn't
assholes probably thought this was a direct line to the cops. Be like, this car is stolen.
They, yeah.
because
Probably.
beeps at you, and it's not a pleasant,
Yeah.
not a pleasant beeping sound.
Yeah,
I
so-
bet you're right. I bet they thought that fucking thing has some kind of a tracker on it, like out of a Hollywood movie.
So they
Wow,
did.
it worked in your
It
favor
did,
for
and they
once.
the only thing that kind of sucked about it was
You missed a retest.
Well, no, that actually wasn't even that. It was
Oh,
the fact
okay.
that it was stolen from outside of a package store while I was
Hey,
on
hey.
probation.
Yeah.
So the cop's like, you know, you're not supposed to be there, right?
Like, yes.
I'm like, yes, sir.
No, you're supposed to lie and say you're banging the bartender.
Oh no! At that point, I was just happy to have my car back, not
Yeah.
wrapped around a goddamn telephone pole.
Sure.
Yeah. Well,
And,
it's only weird to say that, and they have nothing but male parts.
The
so you know.
the officer though, thankfully, was like, "Look, man, I know you've had a rough night. Based off this, we're just gonna call it even, okay?"
Well, good. I'm glad because he definitely could have turned.
He had
you
every
in.
right to be like, "Well, you fucking this is not going to be good for your probation, sir."
Yeah.
So my scenario question actually had a real life viability. to it.
Goddamn right.
Yeah.
Because that was back when I was driving an 07 Cavalier
Okay.
that didn't have any type of protection, clearly, outside of something to make you suck start it, which saved my ride.
Yeah.
Thank you, DWI program of New Mexico.
Was that the Ford Probe?
No, that was the one I took off an embankment in Lubbock
Oh yeah.
because I didn't know how to drive on the loop.
Well, I didn't know if that might have been prior to that.
Oh, no, that car did not last long. I still see it around here sometimes. I really do.
Oh.
I see it around here sometimes.
Huh.
Not running.
Okay.
I always see it in the same parking lot. Not parking lot. Some dude just has it parked outside of his house.
Okay,
on
right
the
out
side
the
of
street.
town. Yeah,
What in the fuck?
I know it's mine. There's not a lot of purple Ford
Was it a real
Probes.
shit box? Oh, it's a Focus.
No, it was a Probe,
Okay, it was a Probe.
and I loved it because it looked like a sports car. The lights came up. Yeah, you had to hit a button and then.
Yeah, and you also have to do over 100 miles an hour on the loop in Lubbock, apparently.
Well, I was only going 75, but it was one of those persnippety ones that come all the way around. You got to be going about 30 to hit. I'd never been in Lubbock before.
Oh my!
And someone
Scary.
yelled, "That's our exit." I'm like, "Well, I have no other chance to get it." And
Fucking God.
the sand saved our lives, but it didn't save my car.
Jesus.
No, I would have killed everybody, especially in that piece of shit.
Yeah, no, Ford Probe ain't built for, you
No.
know.
Thankfully, it had low center of gravity.
You never see them in a demolition derby.
And you don't see the new 2024 Ford Probes either.
Do they even still have fucking demolition derbies in this country?
They
I
should.
feel like they do.
They better.
Probably
Yeah,
in the Midwest,
I'm sure
right?
they do. Yeah, the Midwest loves that shit.
We get monster truck shows.
Yeah, we just like to
Close.
see. I don't want to say that we're a little less active, but in this part of the country, we'd rather just see shit run over other shit. I don't want to have to get worked up cheering for a car.
I always love the second half of our shit.
It always gets a little
gotta admit.
off the
A
rails
little
every
dicey
time.
for sure.
So anyway, this is the Mead for Metal podcast. And,
Yeah, there you
where
go.
we get together and talk about mead and metal and all the things we enjoy, I
We
guess.
forgot to talk about Mead, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have an
That's
update next time, by the way, which, yeah, we don't technically, well, we kind of have.
Here's a quick update. I got a bottle right over there that's mine.
Yeah. Well, we've been drinking that shit pretty regular,
Yes.
so what are your thoughts?
Yum.
Yeah, troublemaker, all right. Troublemaker, I will give you a low ticket warning. That shit gonna go fast.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Especially the blue ones.
The blue ones especially. Yeah. The blue ones are, you go ahead and count those gone. I would, if I were you.
Count
That's
your
what I
lucky
would-
stars.
That's gonna do it for us this time around, right?
Yep,
I think so. I think we're ready.
All
All
right.
that shit.
One band, okay, I had a weird, usually when you hear about new music or music you're unaware of, it's because of a band that usually you like, and YouTube will throw you like, hey, maybe if you like that shit,
You'll
here's
like
some
this
other
one.
fecal matter for you. So mine was a band, Super Heaven, because I like grunge, and they're a modern band, and they're doing grunge.
Oh,
And
shit.
they do it very well. Well,
Quite well, yeah.
I get a, hey, well, if you like that shit, here's some more stink for you. And it's a band by the name of Basement. Their album, Color Me in Kindness, came out 6 months ago. It's a fucking banger.
Oh,
and
shit.
yeah, you might want to check it out. If you like grunge, modern grunge, they've got it. So anyway.
Blunt Force tonight at midnight. Check it.